feel safe. Absolutely not. No moderation for me. Um, I'm like noticing I had people here before I even got here. I appreciate it. Why not? America is right. The French know how to do it. Well, I guess you already know the topic. Um, France is on fire. They raised the retirement age by 2 years, and their retirement age is still below America's retirement age. They also have health care for all, which we should be fighting for. Um, but maybe we've been deprived so long we just gave up. Um, I don't think that's it though. I think the solution to why America isn't in full blown revolution right now um, has something to do with the heroes that we celebrate. So it's like I saw like a preview for a atrocious looking fucking movie. It's called Air. It's the story of Michael Jordan getting his overpriced, ugly fucking shoes on the market. And Michael Jordan, worst player of all sports, but like just looking at his per capita uh, win to doing anything with his fucking influence. So like what I mean by that is he had I was just reading an article about how after he had just won a championship, he had just scored 39 points in the Olympic Games, brought America back the gold. Um, at the height of at the beginning of his illustrious career, he ended up like just taking the position like when Rodney King video footage came out of him getting beat ruthlessly. He was like, "Oh, that's not my problem," and he took this wholly anti-political stance of I gotta sell shoes to Republicans too, right? And then his own teammate came out and shat on him, uh, and it's just Michael Jordan just like he had the world's ear. I mean, what did he do with it? He got like a Hitler mustache, and then he price gouged low income families for his fucking shoes. It was like another basketball player. I think it was Alonzo Mourning, and I remember him saying why his shoes were in Payless, and he said he wanted to have like low priced shoes. Oh shit, I lost the stream. Fudging popsicle. Let's see if we can do this again. Arms. Okay. Let's see. Uh, am I live? Am I live? I was trying to keep it on Rumble, but I'm having issues with the app I'm streaming with. So I was gonna like take this and go to Rumble, but the what I'm using to stream on Rumble is giving up on me. So I don't even know if I'm getting comments on it. So, um, but yeah. So it's just I think we don't have a revolution in America because we don't have the right shoes for revolution. We got overpriced shoes that were made in slave markets in sweatshops, and all that money doesn't go to like the people who made the shoes. It just goes to like people who already have more money than they can spend. CEOs at Nike and Michael Jordan, so he can like continue keeping his Hitler stash on point. Um, yeah, just um, disgusting heroes in America. And when you idolize people like that, of course you're not going to be having a revolution for the right shit because like your priorities are all out of whack. If you're paying $1,000 for a pair of shoes that the child in the sweatshop made like 14 cents on, and then they got beaten, lost a brother, had their mom killed in front of them, just so they can make those overpriced ass shoes. So late, indubitably. Well, yeah, I was having technical issues. I ended up um, having to get a new phone. I was going to stream everything on one app. Then I realized I had to pay for it. Then I realized all the stuff I can't say everything on the same platform. So it's like some stuff I can say on Rumble that I can't say on YouTube, can't say on Instagram, can't say on Facebook. But these are like my bigger platforms, so I got to incorporate them. But then I wanted to guide everyone over to Rumble, but it's just continuing to have issues with the streaming. So yeah, it was technical difficulties, but we're figuring it all out. A, what were those shoes? Oh, these I made these myself. I designed them. These are my Snick kicks. So, I've been working to bring back STIC, Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, in the area I'm in. One of my teachers, he smoked weed with Stokely Carmichael. I went as Stokely Carmichael for Halloween. If you don't know who Stokely Carmichael is, man, learn your history. He was one of the founding Black Panthers. That's why I also got the Black Panther shirt. All power to all people. They got the SNCC gear, all this shit. If you do the QR code, you'll get like a video of um, surmising Stokely Carmichael's uh, circles around the sun. He died like in 1998. His name was Kwame Ture. He named himself. He changed his name to different African leaders who he wanted to elevate their voice. Uh, just commendable. Obviously, he was being tracked by the CIA and FBI on his dying day because they're an evil organization. They kill more of my heroes than Thanos and Darkseid combined. So I made a shoe commemorating them. It's no uh, Jordan sweatshop shoe, fraction of the price, but I like it. Got some flair on it. This is the shoe that you need for the revolution. So Jordan won't make it, so I'm gonna make my own. Yeah, and that's why there was a picture in the shoe, a picture of the shoe in the preview for this particular streaming service. Um, because yeah, uh, uh, we need to revolutionize the way we go about uh, our day to day life, the way we look at the world. When's the air erotic dropping? Those are oh, those are in the making. I got like a few other pairs of shoes I'm gonna be flipping. I'm gonna like make some Black Panther shoes. I'm gonna have I got like some Chuck Taylor types. Well, my girl got me actual Chuck Taylors. I was just gonna get some fake Chuck Taylors and like add my own sign with the Black Panther sign. But I was gonna do the other side with the Black Panther. And then I got like another pair. I'm still figuring out the direction. Maybe those could be the Malcolm X kicks. Who knows? But yeah, I'm just having fun designing shoes, and and it's funny because I have like homie who went to a sneaker convention, which is like, man, no, it's just all kinds of no for me, because they were talking about shoes that cost over $100,000. They were Jordans with Gucci and Fendi, and I'm just like $100,000 for some already overpriced fucking shoes with a bunch of fucking symbols and iconography that means nothing to me. SNCC actually means something to me because these motherfuckers. This was the predecessor to the Black Panthers. Predecessor. I mean, he went on to you know, fight with the Pan African movement. That's why it's got the red, green, and black Pan African color. This actually means something. Gucci and all that extra shit, like that people just idolize, and it has no meaning. You getting your head ripped off for this ugly fucking shit that means nothing. I don't know. It just kind of hurt my heart, to hear that people are just like willing to throw their money down the tube on that ugly shit. I'll make you some knockoffs for much cheaper. I got the equipment now. Um, the Malcolm X My Picks collab. Oh yeah, man, that's what I even did I had to do monologues for class last semester, and Two of them I did. One of them was uh, Malcolm X. Obviously, it was a portion of the Ballad of the Bullet speech, and I did Stokely Carmichael or Kwame Ture. It was the scene in Black Klansman, and then I also did the network. But yeah, that's like it hurts my heart how few people know about like Kwame Ture. You know, he's a legendary figure, and it's just like he actually came to my school. It's like pictures of him up. You know, he came around, and it's just nobody knows, not even the faculty. You know, I had like one teacher. You know, she was, you know, I got nothing but love for her, but man, she was gushing over Ukraine. You know, those Nazis being hurt by the Russians, and it was just you know, no speaking of like any other atrocities committed by, you know, bigger countries like, I don't know, Haiti, how we're sending in troops overthrowing their government. I met someone personally who was out in after we killed their president. We had troops in America go out killing mass numbers of people who were protesting, and nobody says shit because the news doesn't tell you to care about those people. They only want you to care about the blonde-haired, blue-eyed Nazis in the Ukraine, and there's big money in that shit. Um, but yeah, it's just and then I was like, you know, I had this whole point about like, you know, what war would Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and Stokely Carmichael support? It's definitely not going to be supporting Nazis in the Ukraine. Um, but that's just how some people. Oh yeah, Jordans are like 200 plus now at retail aftermarkets. It's insane. 200 plus. That's a discount from what I've seen. My homie who went to the um, sneaker outlet, or I mean sneaker convention, uh, sneaker con, because he got conned out a bunch of money. It was like some shoes I ended up getting for free for when I did like a promotion for this one website, and he paid like $400 for them, and he thought it was a jug. And even if I didn't get them for free, uh, like they were well under $200. But I guess the price, it just goes up, and there's like this whole thing. I got family, little cousin. Didn't get to spend too much time around her. I just know she comes from like the spoiled side because it's like it's a break. There was like a side of my family that like was shady as fuck, and they got access to grandma's fortune. And that side, you know, they spoiled the kids, and they, you know, they got them going out camping out for $600 sneakers. They know, like, they keep on websites that let them know when certain shoes are coming out, like these overpriced ass shoes, and they buy it without batting an eye, and it just boggles my fucking mind, cause uh, it's probably like a handful of times where I paid more than $100 for shoes. Like when I say more, like under 200, but more than $100 for shoes. Like I can count it on one hand how many times I've just done that. You know, a lot of the times, like I had some expensive ass shoes, they were gifted to me. Like I had a friend say I inspired him to start a website, right? You know, inspired the entrepreneurial spirit in him, and he gave me some shoes because he was selling shoes through his site. And then I found out those shoes were like $600, and it was like a nice gift. They were like some old Jordans. I mean, they were old but new. They were like something called OVOs. Like I don't know how this works. They were Drake's Jordans somehow or other, and and anyways, they ended up like I didn't know they were 600 until like I kept getting people like those the OVOs, and I'm like I don't know. I just thought they were like old Jordans, and then like multiple people told me like those like $600. I'm like what? You can get my homeboy could have got me robbed. You know I was in some shady ass areas with them fucking shoes, but yeah, but those definitely aren't the shoes we need for revolution. Nate, to be honest, I'm a degenerate. I know nothing about politics. All is good. All you need to know is that shit ain't right. Corporations. Well, actually did a deeper dive into the history of corporations. Um, like there's this whole movement to make corporations seem woke, but they were started as just like a racist ass organization, state sanctioned monopolies. Um, and they were created to drive out the Moors in Europe because there was a like the Spanish monarchs, they ended up acquiring power after 200 years of Moors not kind of controlling France. So like they had more leadership. They had like it's this if you type in Moorish Spain, you can see like um, these ancient buildings that were created by Moors back in the day. After the monarchs gained power, they had the Spanish Inquisition to drive the Moor ideology out, right? Then, while that was going on in tandem, the British, England, they were creating these state sanctioned monopolies. So you had to have a permit to sell shit because they had all these more salesmen, you know. And it was easy to, know someone was didn't have a license if their skin was black, right? And then those ended up becoming corporations. And the corporations, of course, like they created slavery as we know it. They enslaved. That's how they controlled India. It's through the companies like East India Company, um, and then that's how they ruled. So all this time we think we had a revolution. We got rid of the influence of Europe, more specifically Britain. No, we still run by corporations. They're running all of our political infrastructure, and you don't know shit about politics because they make it needlessly obtuse. Um, so it's just like it's hard to understand. It's hard to get it. It's just like and they controlled every fraction of it. So what we need to do is just overthrow this entire infrastructure. Like there's no reason for any corporation to get public funding. No, like we need to end all tax subsidies of any corporation. And you might be like, what are we gonna do? Like they're the job creators. No, they're not. they're the people who rip you off. So what we need to do is just take all of that corporate welfare and instead use that to fund locally owned worker owned co-ops. So it's like you can't get any government money unless your company is worker owned, right? Think about what that would do for like your local economy. Like I mean, I don't know if your city is anything like my hometown. All of the local businesses got replaced by big corporations. Like you go out there, it's like it's unrecognizable for when I was coming up. Even like staples of the city were taken out. So you have like a lot more creativity, a lot more uh, um, people who are excited to work because they get a bigger cut. Like they get to decide what they're going to do with their money. That's an actual democracy. And of course, they're not going to be using it to pat the lines of pat the pockets of the CEO. You know, um, so like the moods of all the workers around you are going to be elevated. Plus, you think of like the corporations that are making money off of killing people. like your Boeings, your Raytheons, Northrop Grumman, all that shit, General Electric. You know, when the pandemic first hit, General Electric, the top brass, the CEO, the board, they were focused on making more deadly weapons to kill people, right? But what the people beneath them wanted to do, like the workers wanted to do, they wanted to like focus on creating respiratory devices to help people uh, um, breathe easier. You know, creating medical equipment that could help people instead of killing people, right? Who do you want running the company? The board, the psychopaths, um, who are ripping us off, buying up the stock, you know, to get more money, even though they already got billions of dollars that they can't spend. You know, like, do you want them to get more money, or do you want like workers who give a shit about their community? They don't, you know, have the time or interest to go to Epstein Island to hide their money. You know, that's how you keep money local. If you don't keep your money local, it's going to end up in a tax haven, funding some kind of Bill Gates sex ring, sex trafficking ring. I got a pair of retro nines. They were 220. They all I got though. Well, get it how you live, brother. I don't even know what that is. A retro nine. um, I'm from small town. Well, yeah. Well, sometimes it's good to be a big fish in a small pond. Nate, you are a real one for rocking $600 shoes. Uh, yeah, these ain't $600. These are $30. But I appreciate the sentiment nonetheless, and I don't think I will be a real person if I actually paid $600 for the shoes. You know, shoes all fall apart at some point. If they $600, I'm gonna have to want to wear them all the time, and then they'll just fall apart quicker. So it's not a good investment in my eyes. But what do I know? Ooh, yeah, I was contemplating because I had like a video I made for a school project that I was thinking of uploading to um, my Rumble, um, because it is covering subject matter that will get me censored on the tube, like in such as how uh, a certain deadly medical procedure that was being forced on people um, was being invested in by YouTube directly. So YouTube, they were censoring people for criticizing something that they were directly invested in, and they were investing in with taxpayer subsidies. So, like, yeah, when I was talking about corporations earlier, that kind of ties in because Google is a corporation that was created by the government. So I don't even know if you can say that that's a fascist entity, because fascism is when corporations collude with the government. But in this case, the government created a corporation that put all of their competitors out of business. When it comes to web browsers, where's Ask Jeeves, Yahoo, you know, all of the competition that was thriving before Google came. Where's all the smartphone operating systems that were thriving before Google came? No Symbian. There's no Palm, no BlackBerry, no Windows Phone. It's just we got Apple and Google, and that's it. Like they devour all competition, and how do they do that? With government funding. This is the shit that should be having people in the streets. Like these motherfucking corporations are stealing our rights. They're limiting all competition, right? And then now they're trying to take TikTok off the internet. And I got my own issues with TikTok. My issues with TikTok is that they censor. Period. I had multiple videos taken down off of TikTok. More videos taken off of TikTok than YouTube. But that's only because YouTube, they give you 3 strikes, then they wipe you off the face of the internet. TikTok, they give you a bunch. They'll take a bunch of videos off without giving you a strike, which is worse, kinda. I mean, because I guess I'm still up on TikTok technically, but I don't want to use it because it's garbage. Because if you use the platform to do anything but dance, like you want to speak out against Google owning a bunch of stocks in medicine that you can't talk about, they will wipe you off of TikTok. So that's my issue with TikTok. Um, I mean, of course, I have issues with the spying, mining information, selling it to advertisers. But that's all of these fucking social media sites, and and one of the upsides of TikTok, they're not infiltrated by the CIA like like all of Google, Facebook, Twitter, uh, or the FBI. Same sites. It's just like these evil fucking companies are trying to make it seem like TikTok is somehow worse because they're with the Chinese government. If anything, that's better. China is way over there. If they got all my information, what are they going to do with it? The U.S. government, they've already proven when they get information, they do like Fred Hampton. It was what was it, Bill O'Neill, the dude who gave the schematics of Fred Hampton's house. He didn't know what he was doing. He sold them out for 30 shekels of silver, and then like a day later, he was all his brains were blown out in front of his baby mama, right? Um, and that's what the CIA does with your information. And those motherfuckers, they have access to tracking you on whatever device you use, YouTube, Google, Facebook, the whole litany of social media sites um, that they're not complaining about. So yeah, TikTok is horrible. So it's an atrocious website. That being said, the Chinese government is way better than the U.S. government. They got 800 million people out of poverty. Right? I was like reading a book on the history of the Chinese Revolution. They created structures to deal with the bourgeois classes that we have not come across. And of course, all that stuff is being repealed because there's a lot of corporate money in China, and they're doing everything to corrupt it. Corrupt their politics. However, they're nowhere near as corrupt as we are. Um, like, who do you think has more homeless people, China or the U.S.? I mean, I know China is bigger. I'm not even talking per capita. Who has more homeless people? Period. We do. United States with a smaller population. Who has the biggest prison system? Not even per capita, just period. The U.S. We got like less than 5% of the world's population, uh, and 25% of the world's prison population. Right? This is the shit that should have people in the streets. This is the shit that makes me wonder why France is capable of revolution. They got the yellow vest movement a few years ago. And then, they raised the retirement age by 2 years, still beneath ours. And they just go and burn that shit down. Uh I'm just like waiting. What is it gonna take to make the American population just realize the game is rigged. It's a big club. You ain't in it. So let's tear this shit down. Um, I don't know what it's gonna be. I know it's on the way. Um, I just don't want it to be bloody, and I feel like that's the direction it's going. Because they had Nancy Pelosi's husband. He got attacked with a hammer, and it's disgusting. because I don't want it to come to that. I want the rich people to be alive and well. Yes, do some jail time, but I want to see them like turn their life of poverty into a reality TV show where we get to see them getting their first overdraft fees. We see them struggling. You know, we have the ability to go to the supermarket they work at and spit on their face. You know, tell them that they ain't shit. Um, that's just what I would want to do. Uh, but you know, I know there's a lot of people um, saving up to buy a guillotine, and yeah, I just don't want it to come to that. I want to see the revolution, the bloodless revolution. But I understand they're making a peaceful revolution impossible. Um, so it's you know, but I'm hopeful because I think that's just gonna make good television. That's gonna make me want to get back into reality TV. Um, I would love. I'd pay good money to see Bill Gates ride the bus and just have like hobos uh, who were considered conspiracy theorists just finally speak their mind to him. You know, that would be beautiful. True. USA. Team America. Thank you. Nate, what is the whole thing with Ukraine? What is the whole thing with Ukraine? They got a long history. Well, you know, let's uh, just go over some sticky notes. Um, well, the modern Ukraine movement, one of their heroes is Stefan Bandera. Right now, he was a Nazi collaborator from World War II era. He killed over 100,000 people, um, and then like he worked with the CIA. Like they brought him in to work with him, and he was only killed after years of working with the CIA by the Russians because he was like just a war criminal. And the Russians start to realize, hey, the Americans they're not really prosecuting these Nazis. They're giving them work with Operation Paperclip. So so he became a hero for the modern Azov Battalion movement. And it's not like he's a hero because he was a Nazi and he also cured cancer. No, all he did, like he was known for, was Nazism. So it's not like, uh, um, he saved a kid from a river as well. No, he was a devout Nazi who killed hundreds of thousands of people, right? And now he's a hero. And the Azov Battalion, the Ukraine movement, and that's why they're funding him because the CIA is also filled to the brim with Nazis. Like I said, Operation Paperclip. George Bush's dad was a Nazi, or grandpa was a Nazi collaborator. Prescott Bush. He helped propel Hitler into power. That's why his son became head of the CIA as well as the president. Then his grandson became the president because we're talking about like power structures that only um, powerful Nazis with that, who fully understand them, who have all the money to corrupt them and get them to do their bidding. These people are running the show. And then they gaslight you. So, like, there's a lot of people who were saying from the beginning, Hunter Biden is a crackhead who's collaborating with Nazis. I was one of those people. Um, and I was like, yeah, Joe Biden. Everybody was saying Joe Biden was a better alternative to Donald Trump because Donald Trump was a Nazi. He was a bad guy, even though fucking Joe Biden was giving eulogies at Klan members' funerals. He wrote the damn 1994 crime bill, locked up millions of colored people for possessing less crack than his son. When he was showing off, he had 21 grams of crack rock, which if the 1994 crime bill was equally applied to him as to all the colored people who were locked up, he would be doing life in prison. But of course, the justice system is a joke. Um, when you got Nazis like Joe Biden uh, uh, doing all kinds of corrupt dealings with the corrupt Ukraine government. That's the most corrupt government in all of Europe. I have to say all of Europe because we're the most corrupt government in the fucking world. And we're so corrupt, we corrupt other countries. And now the rest of the world is done with the US. So it's all kinds of videos, like it's officials from South Africa. They were, because they made Putin. They issued an arrest warrant with the ICC, and it was a uh, South African government official who was like, "Yeah, we see through the hypocrites at the ICC. You got war criminals in the U.S. Obama, he killed Gaddafi, destroyed Libya. Now they got slave markets. You got George Bush running free, killed millions of people. You got Joe Biden, smoking Joe, um, uh, helped to foment the coup in the Ukraine back in 2014. And yeah, there's no accountability for these motherfuckers. And that's why I mean the revolution is necessary to because like the government institutions don't want to do shit. It's just like I just uploaded employee evaluation of police officers. It was like a dozen police officers showed up for this one sick lady who got discharged from the hospital because she was homeless. It's not that she wasn't sick. She was like old, obese. She was struggling to breathe. But then these cops, they used all these resources to take her away, and she just died in the police car on the way to the jail when she should have been admitted to the hospital. They should have been like fighting to get her seen by a doctor, you know. But that's what we choose to spend our resources on. Those same officers, they have because they have qualified immunity, so that means they can get away with murder, right? They can like kill you and just say I was in fear of my life, right? And they always use that power over poor people, and it just boggles my mind because they could use it for rich people, and it makes a lot more sense even if you don't want to see the revolution. Like going after rich people, like you can at least get a bribe, you know like you there's actual crime there, right? You can like make the world a better place, but even if you don't want to, you can like wait for them to give you a bribe and then like have that camera on. And when I'm down to sign some kind of a law that would allow us to double the bribe if you bring him to justice, like if you get bribed by Bill Gates while he's about to release another pandemic, some swine flu or avian flu or whatever the fuck he's got planned. If like you lock him up and he gives you like $1 billion bribe, let's double it. But they don't even do that much money. That's why the billionaires, they always got more money the next year than the previous year because they don't. It's not like they're saving their money up for like a pair of shoes. Like they're gonna get those extra rare Jordans that cost $1.2 trillion. No, they're just. It's like a mindset. It's like hoarding. They're hoarding resources, depriving millions of people of shit they need, so they can just hoard all of this fucking welfare. All of this, they get $1 billion contracts through the government to spy on you, get power. They want to get killer robots, and it's just like the kind of mindset that you would have to just continue getting this illicit lucre. It just boggles my mind. It's like I never watched the movie, but I seen a preview. It was a Cameron Diaz movie where like some dude comes up to her and he has like a button and he's like, "You push this button and you'll get $1 million, but someone that you don't know is gonna die, right?" And in the preview, it looked like she's stressing, like, "Oh my God, I need the money. What do? I don't even know this person is gonna die." And Like I said, never saw the movie. But it's just like when it comes to certain people, like they have no problems pushing that button, and that's what like the people who get paid off of the military industrial complex do all the time. Like it's not like they need the money after like the 15th push. They just keep hitting it, ding ding ding. I need give me more money, kill more people, and they have no qualms about it. Like they get off on it. That's why like CEOs, they have the highest percentage of psychopaths, not sociopaths, psychopaths. And then like after that they you got people who adapt to the system. They become sociopaths, because like they take on the system's ethics or lack of ethics, and then you got everybody else just trying to trying to dance to the rhythm, because that's the only game in town for a lot of people. That's the only way to get paid like a livable wage, is to try to make it to middle management at some corporation. Um, and then like yeah, that corrupts their souls and destroys them from the inside. That's why if you're not a psychopath, you'll probably blow your brains out. Um, well, yeah, that's just the way of the world, I suppose. Uh, Facts. Well, thank you. I try to spit it like that. That's why YouTube took me down. That's why I can't get into certain subjects, because shit, they'll take me down again. That was a good movie. Never saw it. Theme music. And I realized I was like not at all caught up with all my comments on Instagram. Sorry. Uh, Sorry for that. Cops have no sympathy on mental health. Well, yeah. Um, let's see. We're gonna switch. We're gonna do something. I'm gonna do. Let's see if I can do this. Because we're gonna look at this was gonna be an employee evaluation. I figure I could do it over on my computer, which was Facebook, but nobody's there. So here. Oh my god. Mm. Oh my god. Mm. Mm. And yeah, I do this and I don't have to keep hitting the damn button, so the screen goes to that save screen mode. Oh man, I shouldn't. Let me unplug that so nobody gets personal information. Uh, the fuck? I know I saved it. Oh, this wasn't what I was looking for, but this is it.
People who work numbers. I am giving you free advice that those of you who are holding dollars, you surely might go into losses. You better, you better do what you must do, because this market is going to be different in a couple of weeks.
That was all this shit on Russia. Uh, yeah, the Africa is all the way on Russia's side, because America and Western countries like Britain, France, Germany, they have a history of colonizing Africa. Russia was on the side of the anti-apartheid folks. They showed solidarity. They were with Nelson Mandela, while the United States was declaring that Nelson Mandela is a fucking terrorist. Well, hold on. But that's not. I was trying to find this video. I know I got it. Hold on. QuickTime player. Might be already. Yeah, I think I already. Hmm. History. Boom, 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 boom.
Here we see a couple of teens walking back into one of their homes when an unmarked police car, which turns out to be an ATF vehicle, pulls up out of nowhere with an agent and a police officer trying to have the teens come outside for questioning.
All right. This is one of the reasons why my mind is boggled why we don't have a revolution in this fucking country. Um, this is an ATF agent, alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. Right, that's his specialty. You might be saying, why does this company exist? Well, that is a good question, especially if you watch this video till its conclusion, because they were going after children for jaywalking in a residential neighborhood. Now, I don't know about you. Do you have a crosswalk in your neighborhood? I don't. Right? There's no way to cross the street without jaywalking by these people's definition. Um, but they want to like bring these kids out, and they go on the tirade. I'm gonna let you see it, but it boils the blood, and it just makes me wonder, like, why are you going after these poor kids in a low income neighborhood? How are you going to make society better by locking them up? What's stopping you from going to the rich side of the town and going after these motherfuckers who are poisoning our water, poisoning our air, forcing vaccinations on us? Just doing the community in. I don't understand why these people would want to be cops and do this.
I need to go talk to them. What's the problem right now? I need to talk to them right now. They were walking in the middle of the street and I need to talk to them. So please send them out here. Man, this isn't up for debate. They need to come outside. You are. You are.
He's saying this isn't up for debate. They need to come outside for jaywalking. For jaywalking. Now they already got inside the house, and then this cop car pulls up, and he's like being extremely rude over jaywalking. Now, were their intentions to plant drugs on these kids? Probably, I could believe that. But whatever it was, like rampant jaywalkers isn't making society fall apart at its fucking seams. You know, it's like the people who like this, the people who he actually works for, and it's just like look at the disdain he has for these people, who he's supposed to be protecting and serving.
Yeah, cross over in not a crosswalk. So please send them outside for me. There's no crosswalk. Thank you,
They crossed over and not a crosswalk, and she let him know there's not a crosswalk, right? And that should be just like done. I mean, she should have just been like, well, you want my kids for jaywalking? Go and get a warrant. Get a warrant for jaywalking. We need evidence that they jaywalked. Bring it to a judge, and then just come to me after you have that. Of course, that would be absurd to go get a fucking warrant for jaywalking. But it's equally absurd for him to put this much fucking energy into arresting someone for jaywalking.
And we learn the ATF agent wants to question the teens for jaywalking in a residential neighborhood. You're not going to send them out? You're not going to send them out? You're not going to send them out? Why? I mean, are you going to send them out or not? Because this can go in a entirely different way.
Oh yeah, yeah. Make a good point. There's a lot of fake cops out here too, and yes, these motherfuckers show up in jeans and just tennis shoes and just like he's got like tactical gear on. This is like, how do we know this isn't like another fucking George Zimmerman just trying to slaughter these kids, you know? And he's expecting all this. They got a plane, like a regular ass vehicle, and he's expecting her to send her fucking kids out to this maniac who's already disrespecting her for no reason over jaywalking. Maybe walking while black. Yes, that's a. I mean, I could believe that. That's why I think he. I really think the charges, the drugs that he's gonna plant on him. That's why he just like, I got all this coke. I need to blame it on somebody. Let me put it on these kids.
Jaywalking in a residential neighborhood.
You're not going to send them out? You're not going to send them out? You're not going to send them out? Why? I mean, are you going to send them out or not? Because this can go an entirely different way. You want to get arrested for obstructing? We can go that route too.
Arrested for obstructing jaywalking. Okay? Jaywalking. Obstructing justice to jaywalking. Like, is jaywalking a felony now? You know, is it a felony in any state? Like, if you do get caught in the act of jaywalking, can you do jail time? Right? I don't think so. Right? At most is a ticket. But obstructing justice to catching a jaywalker is punishable by jail time, according to this ATF agent. Just think of like how fucking stupid and insane he is for saying that and for pursuing this. Like, just all of the resources that are going to pursuing a jaywalker, right? While we say we don't have money for health care, we can't do anything about the homelessness epidemic. There's nothing we can do about any of this stuff, but we got all these resources to go after jaywalkers and people who protect jaywalkers. It's really just a woman looking after her kids because she doesn't want to put them in the hands of this maniac.
Yeah, and they're right now. We're outside so I can speak with them. I'm conducting a lawful traffic stop.
And he's saying it's a lawful traffic stop. No, it's not. But also, get the fuck off her property. That's private property. She should call the cops on him. Send them outside. Last time I'm asking. And she keeps trying to correct him. Jaywalking, there's no crosswalks. What do you want him to do? Like, not come home? Just stay across the street? Let creeps like this walk up and plant drugs on them? It's an abuse of power, dude. I mean, when the revolution hits, I'm pretty sure he's gonna be one of the first people taken out. Jaywalking. She's like, I got rights. Well, I'm not gonna send my kids into the hands of some maniacs. And he just reiterates, jaywalking. That's what you're being arrested for. I'm here for jaywalking. Alcohol, tobacco, and firearms and jaywalking. ATF, that's what ATF stands for. Or this dude, it's just, and he just got like just a very punchable face for some people. I'm non-violent. I gave that stuff up. It's like Ike Turner and that narcotic. I gave up that violence a long time ago. However, just watching this motherfucker behave and just like the power trip that he's on and how he's trying to intimidate this woman into giving up her own fucking kids for so he can like no doubt fuck them over majorly, more than just fucking jaywalking, not like a slap on the wrist. He's got something he's gonna plan on them. He's got like a gun with bodies on it. He's gonna put in their backpack or something. But yeah, punishable by death if you're black. Yes. Welcome to Anywhere America. Yeah. Nah, it's it is concerning.
The officers start to throw a fit once they realize that this mom won't blindly hand over her son and friends over a ridiculous traffic stop, even after being threatened with arrest for the very classic, as we've seen many times over, obstructing justice charge. As the mom, who deserves massive credit for how she's handled this, continues arguing with one of the agents, another police officer shows up, escalating an already tense situation.
This is very familiar for me because it just reminds me of just the ridiculous fucking traffic stops I've had. Like even when I'm not driving, like one of them was, when I got stopped on my way to a fucking, I left the gym. 13 cops showed up, and just started groping me, asking me a bunch of ridiculous questions because they said I looked like a Hispanic male. Right, and there was cops kept coming in. One of the times I was like on my way to the gym, I was running in a Captain America uniform. Bunch of cops showed up, had weapons on me. I was afraid of losing my life because of just shitheads like this. Well, I mean, none of them were as shitty ahead as this person, but it's just like it's a mentality of just just horde. You need hordes of people, because they feel unsafe, even though they're the motherfuckers with the guns, right? They got all the lights, they got all the monopoly on violence. I can't do shit, or they'll put me down. They'll have APBs out on me, where I can't go anywhere without officials of the state hunting my head, you know. But they're the ones who are afraid. So this is just like, well, it gets crazier.
Escalating an already tense situation that all stem from a jaywalking accusation.
Mary, I got a supervisor when I'm your phone. You know, it's gonna prolong it, right? Well, let's see how you guys act with the supervisor pulled up and the way you guys are acting.
And they're bringing their supervisor out there with this kind of behavior. They're getting the supervisor. It's not her. You know, you would think like like they would try to keep the supervisor out of it. But then again, like I said, it reminds me of when I got stopped. When I was in LA, it used to happen all the time. But one of the times I made the video, it started getting big. I went to the officers who stopped me's boss, and I was like, yeah, I got stopped and I got groped and disrespected, talked down to, and yeah, it was all because they said I look like a Hispanic male who's like a foot shorter than me, who looks nothing like me. And then plus we were in a predominantly Hispanic neighborhood. And then his boss was like, "Oh, well, you do fit the description. Like he was a Hispanic male, about your skin complexion, um just several pounds lighter and several feet shorter."
You don't have to give me your name and badge number. Yeah, and I'll tell them why you've been obstructing this entire damn time, too. Okay. But you never had.
Oh boy.
Happened to my child when we crossed the street. Yes, you came from this way. I did. You literally came from this way, and they were already in the yard.
And now she calling him out because when the kids came in, they came in from this way. He pulled in from over here, and he was saying, "I was yelling at the kids when they were coming in, but he wasn't yelling." And he doesn't know she had him on video camera. So everything that he's saying is a lie. It's based on bullshit. And he continues to escalate this whole situation because he thinks that he can intimidate her and just get her to hand over her kids. And I'm actually curious to know because sometimes I just assume that of course nobody's just gonna give their fucking kids over to this maniac. But then sometimes I'll make a video and people will be like, "Yeah, I don't get it. Why didn't you just give your kids over? If they didn't do anything, you got nothing to worry about." So is there anybody out there who would like hand their kids over in this situation? I would like to know. Hi. Hello yourself, and thanks for showing up. Oh man, stream is about to end soon.
He was right there, and I said, "Where's the girls? The bus is super late." He said, "I can't wait no more, Mom. I have to use the bathroom." Literally walk right up here, and y'all came from this way, hitting your leg,
All right.
jumping out the car.
I've been
trying to talk to you, and you just...
What is your name, sir? You still don't want to tell me your name?
All right, when you're
That's
done...
okay. You don't want to tell me your name.
When you're done screaming, I'll talk to you. When you're done screaming, I'll talk to you.
When you're done screaming, I'll talk to you. She's been yelled at this whole fucking time. And the stream is ended on IG. I guess they got hard limits. But yeah. Yeah, so this was like this is an upcoming employee evaluation. I just figured it'd be fun to kind of touch on it during a live stream, especially since I got like an extra device, so I could do it. But yeah, so I just uploaded a employee evaluation on NatesVlogs.net. I'll be putting this one up soon, and I'll be putting up my class project soon. I'm gonna bump up the quality because I have to make that one shittier quality so I could do it in time and upload it because I pushed that one to the limit. So I'm gonna be putting up some more content. If you want to see it, NatesVlogs.net, and of course rumble.com/NatesVlogs, Odyssey.com/@NatesVlogs. Well, Rumble first. I still got some stuff to upload to Odyssey. And I just got offered the opportunity to get paid for uploading at minds.com, and that's a site I've been neglecting. But yeah, I'm going to be doing some uploads over there soon. So stay tuned. Ooh. Yeah. So thank you guys for showing up. Remember, check out the new content, and we'll get back to this soon. And always be good to each other. And the best way to show your love for anybody is to do like the French and have a revolution. Revolution is the best kind of love you can give anybody. That's sustainable love, because we need to overthrow the system. So don't forget, all power to all people. Peace.